Alright, what is up? Got a 2v2 on Elst Outskirts. And playing as the Soviets in the south. We've got Opportunity Cost, aka Lay Runner. Expensive runner, pretty damn good player. And his partner in crime, Seeking. And their loadouts are Shock Rifle, Urban Defense, Guard Motor, and Shock Rifle, Urban Defense, and Shock Motors. So a lot of overlap there. In the north is our Axis. We've got Jove and VonAsten. One of the best 2v2 teams, I would say, on the ladder. And their loadouts are Firestorm, Grand Offensive, and Breakthrough. And then we've got Spec Ops, Luftwaffe, and Grand Offensive. Let's get this show on the road. So, double Soviet, double OKW. Pretty standard, I would say, well, maybe not standard, but I would say this is probably considered to be the meta. You could probably supplement one of the Soviets with a US or Brit player, and then one of the OKWs with an Austere player, but, you know, I think if you're playing to win, double Soviet and double OKW is kind of, I'd say the overall most optimal comp, but yeah. So, VonAsten locks in Luftwaffe right off the shoot. And pretty much overlap from the Soviet guys other than Guard Motor and Shock Motor. Engineers do get the house, but I don't think it's going to be for long. I don't think the conscripts are going to come up to try and get back and get the building back from the Sturms. So, yeah, this is just a stalling tactic for now. So, looks like interesting double tier 1. So, you're going to see double M3 against double OKW. I mean, it kind of makes sense, although I'm sure Jove will lock in a Panzer Fusilier commander, but and this is going to be a long one. I think this is like hour and 15 minutes or so. So, like a fat American, I've got some Supreme Pizza Rolls, and I'm going to be shoving them in my face at high speed in order to digest them instantly, Kappa. Not much action so far, a little bit of poking here and there. So far the Axis have managed to have a little bit more fuel. And we do have a Kuba wagon from VonAsten. So yeah, both guys are going very similar builds. One guy has opted for a single engineer, so Seeking's gone for one engineer, and Runner's gone for two. Jove's locked in the infamous Grand Offensive. Maybe not the most unique commander, but certainly a mean bastard to play against. But looks like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, he's going to mix one Fusilier in with his build, which I think has become kind of standard in this matchup. I know I've seen Kimbo do it quite a bit. Khan's going to get forced off. There's all his green cover in the middle. Jove is just sitting pretty. Comes the M3 to try and force him off the sandbags. Now, my guess is VonAsten will be the guy that goes Mac, and Jove will be the one who goes Battle Group, just because of the commander choices. Deep mine being laid from VonAsten. It's a good decision. Kubel needs to fall back, although he gets caught laying it by the M3 that it was being built to destroy. It's a bit unlucky. Jove trying to buy time behind the sandbag wall, but once that Fusilier falls back, he's got nothing to stop the M3 from going right in. Now the M3 looks like it's going to try and pounce. Obviously, he's taking a risk. He doesn't know if the tech is down, but just going to try and force him off these sandbags so he can try and get control of this garrison here, I think. And the other M3 is also causing problems. Seeking's lock shock rifle. Oh, conscript, late retreat from Seeking there. Got DPS down pretty quickly. VonAsten, looks like he must have lost a Volk, but Luke's on the way. It's going to be a relatively fast Panzer II, probably about 6 minutes or so. More mines going down on the road. Probably to try and negate any squad who tries to set up behind the sandbag. And oh yeah, he's digging in. So crazy that mainline infantry have sandbags, because you can just build walls. Makes it so difficult to push into them, for sure. Especially when there's a lot of red cover. Definitely a big issue. So some shocks out from Seeking. Field Infirmary, nades going in here. Snare did go off on the Kubel, but it's a cost of about 5 con models. VonAsten getting some Fallschirmjäger to replace the Volk he lost. Obviously next patch won't have the Faust, so won't be able to use them as kind of like a Volk's replacement, but and Runner probably wasn't ready for that. Actually, I don't think either Soviet player has AT of any kind, so yeah, other than anti-tank grenades, and there goes an engineer as well. Bit of a blow for Runner there, lost an engineer and the M3. Jove getting the G43 up first, which makes sense. Vanilla Volks aren't too bad against conscripts before they've been upgraded. Seeking's M3 is still alive. Shock's going in, though, and decimating. Sturm's really the only squad that can force them off at close range. Jove is struggling to try and get this fuel back, and VonAsten's going to have to grab the southern fuel in order to even it out. Unis are very deep on this map, though. Mines. No tier 3 yet from either Soviet player. Well, big engagement here. Bit of a double team coming in here against Jove. VonAsten's going to have to move some forces in to help. Night Vision Sturmgewehr, which nobody uses, unfortunately. They're pretty cool, but maybe we'll see them a little more next patch if Spec Ops is a little more popular, but I don't think we will. Problem with them is you have to have Panzer authorization to get them, so they're kind of delayed regardless. I think there would be an incentive to actually rush Obers if you could get them, but gotta be disciplined with this Luke's. Obviously there's mines everywhere. conscripts can always hide behind a shot blocker as well and jump out and butt fuck you. Tier 3 going up for seeking, so both guys have their tier 3s up. No fuel right now, though, to build a T-70 or Su-76. Yeah, North fuel is completely cut. Very back and forth so far. Jove's got his Schwer going up. So we do have a T-70 out of runner. I'm thinking we won't see 2 T-70s, but may see VonAsten go. Okay, yeah, so VonAsten has gotten a Puma to deal with a T-70 if it does hit the field. Jove is basically just fast teching right now. Obviously, the goal probably to rush out that batshit OP Tiger. Ober's on the way as well. We actually do have double T-70. Issue is Jove's had such good fuel control that he's not that far away from a Panzer IV realistically. So these T-70s, especially Seeking's T-70, is going to have less of a window, considering there is already a Puma on the field. So T-70s are going to have to do some damage. Probably get a couple wipes to be worth going from this late. VonAsten getting his Schwer. Curious, curious to see if VonAsten builds a second Puma, if he sees the double T-70. Or if he's just going to rely, he's just going to have Jove's Raketten try to handle it. I mean, Jove is very close to armor, so I don't think VonAsten has to necessarily go double Puma. And yeah, the Schwer's going down now. It's a nice flank from the Volks on the conscripts behind the sandbags. Force them away. T-70 opening up, though. Need going in on the shocks. Oh, they didn't dodge, but luckily they're in green cover, so they didn't get absolutely shredded. It's weird. I always thought grenades should be like good against cover, not that great against troops out in the open. I mean, you'd think a grenade would be better against, you know, clumped up guys, but yeah. Oh, that could have been bad. T-70 got a lucky hit. Could have killed both models there. Luckily, Jove's Schwer forces the T-70 off. Well, yeah, these Obers got to be careful. They're going to get mulched. Yeah, Panzer IV on the way, but Ketten coming in just in case the T-70 chased. Yeah, Jove is getting a Panzer IV right now. Neither allied player is really in great shape. Runner's back tech tier 2. So I'm assuming that means Seeking is going to be the guy who goes tier 4. And no 7-man yet either. Yeah, it's just been a fuel problem. They haven't been able to hold the fuels on this map. They haven't really, I mean, they've been fine when it comes to VPs. They've held their Muni most of the game, but they just haven't been able to hold a fuel consistently. It's Seems like the Axis have pretty much always had one and they're harassing the other. Whereas Soviets, it's, you know, I think they've been at about 19 fuel average this game. But even at times less. Yeah, VonAsten's just locking down that strat point. Yeah, this Panzer IV is going to be a bit of a problem. The thing is, Runner's the one who doesn't have the manpower to spend right now. Seeking's at 900 MP, but we might see him back tech just because he has some float. He could afford, I mean, he could realistically afford to go double this if he wanted to. Which I feel like he'd probably need against this Panzer IV. Is this opening up on the Puma? Puma forced T-70 off. It's actually using the cloak. So we've got double shock rifle, which is interesting. Might be plans for one guy to go KV-8, the other guy to go IS-2. Oof, big grenade there. Goodbye, Volks. Although, Shocks are in trouble. They're going to barely sneak away. Seeking's been completely pushed off by Jove on the right. Snare goes in. That MG's about to get bodied. P4 is coming in to save the day. There's a conscript there to threaten. Yeah, Seeking back tech tier 2 is going doubles this. Both guys kind of playing a very defensive team weapon, starting to play more team weapon heavy. Although, Runner's got double shocks. These guys have gigantic armies, all things considered. A lot of squads. VonAsten's pop cap more comes from vehicles. Jove in a position now, or we'll probably just see him go Tiger as his next unit. He's only 2 CPs off and just needs about 100 fuel. And with 32 fuel a minute, it's not going to take too long to get there. Looking grim so far for the Allies, but this playstyle is if it can get fully set up, it is hard to deal with. And I think VonAsten's going to probably have to go Stuka at some point here. I mean, he did tech, but he actually back-teched, interesting, to go battle group. So he's going to get his own healing. It's very expensive to do that, all things considered. I mean, Jove did put his battle group right here, so his teammate could use it. I mean, you know, worst case scenario, he does have med kits. That is fuel that basically is taken away from him either going for a medium tank or a Stuka, if that was what his plan was. Although, okay, his plan is back tech for ISGs. They'll be okay. I just don't find they're going to work that well against these AT guns. Might be okay against machine guns, but I mean, the opponent is more built of conscripts and shocks with more of AT guns as, you know, AT. That was kind of a no-shit Sherlock, but T-70 about to eat a second shot, but should be fine. It's on a road, so it can turn up its F1 engine and go Mach 5. Which makes it pretty hard to kill when it can eat 3 shots. It's very agile, so. This gun's actually got tack ground through the hedge. This Panzer IV's getting stuck on the building. Luckily, that one shot did bounce, so Jove should be able to at least get away. I think Jove did spot the mines. He had the sweeper out for a second. Sees the Obers with STGs behind the sandbag there. T-70 is going to move up, force these Sturm Pios off. Could be in trouble. Although the Volks are coming up to screen if the T-70 chases. Ketton gonna have to spin. Oh, he may eat a Faust. I don't think he's in range of the Raketten, though, to take a shot, so should be able to sneak away. Oh, man. I think that was a conscript there. It was that 3-man conscript there. They got shredded. They're down. So we do have, both players do have tier 4 now. So armor will be here soon. I mean, they're basically on the exact same amount of fuel right now. Essentially have done the same style of build. Puma gonna eat a shot and then back away. Yeah, Jove very close to the Tiger now. About to have it here in a second. Oof, mine goes off there. That's not good for the Fusiliers. Gonna force a retreat. Does look like VonAsten's planning for a Panther or a KT. I would think it would be. I think he's going King Tiger, because otherwise, why would he back tech? I mean, I don't think he'd back tech just for ISGs. I feel like there'd be some other reason too, but. Oh man, these disc gun barrages. There goes a Volk. Man, disc guns are disgusting. 6-man. Also pretty much do the mortar's job for it. Way more efficiently, by the way. And effectively. Tiger. Jove not going Tiger? No, I just don't think he hasn't. I don't think he's noticed he has the resources. Tiger and King Tiger combo. Obviously, I think the plan right now is we're probably going to see one of these guys go SU-85. The other one's going to probably go IS-2. I think we'll probably see Seeking. He'll probably get a. Actually, does he have doubles this already? He does. So we'll probably see Runner go doubles this. VonAsten actually hasn't gotten medics. So yeah, that must be for the King Tiger. I mean, it would appear he's going King Tiger. T-3476 from Runner, which, Jove's actually teching again. Is he gonna go King Tiger now, too? We're gonna see double KT. They are playing with their food a little bit, I think, but I mean, they've got so many resources. They've had good income nearly the whole game. I mean, they technically still do have counters to mediums. I mean, they have a Puma and a Panzer IV. So they're not completely left in the wind here. Assuming Jove also wants the repair Pios too, for once the KT comes out. Puma in trouble though, down it goes. VonAsten pop smoke up here, so he wasn't able to get away here. Meanwhile, in the mid, oh, those engineers on red cover are going to get shredded by the G43s. Team weapons being forced to flee for VonAsten. Kubelwagen's been discovered as a German spy. using the back as the back of Victor's house as a little headquarters. It's been removed, like the leech he is. Alright, so yeah, there's no way it's not double KT. VonAsten has the fuel, he just needs the manpower. Jove, the opposite, he just needs some fuel. We're going to see double KT here. I mean, Seeking, luckily, is not far from the IS-2 now. But 2 King Tigers are hitting the field in unison. And this is gonna be hurt. This is gonna be hurt? That was some hillbilly jargon. This is gonna hurt. He's not far from an Su-85. Seeking is about a little over a minute away from a IS-2. But this is looking rough. Also down by 100 VPs. They can just somehow... They're struggling right now. If they can just get flowing. Actually, Runner doesn't have 7-man on his conscripts yet, so that's probably a big reason they're struggling against the Volksgrenadiers. Probably aren't very cost-effective against the Fallschirmjäger either. KT ready to rock. At least with Jove, I mean, he does get the Panzer Commander, which does help the King Tiger out. VonAsten, his King Tiger ain't going to be nearly as good. Now the Allies are about to lose their fuel. Luckily, I don't think they need more fuel because their combo is going to come onto the field here. IS-2, and then assuming we'll see an Su-85. KV-8 would kind of be suicide at this point. I mean, good on Seeking. His M3 is somehow still kicking at 26 minutes. Yeah, this IS-2's got to help turn the tide. It's going to need some support, but it can do it. Ooh, that shell hurt. IS-2 going in to engage the KT. KT bounces. IS-2 pens. Oh, man. Although Seeking's... his conscripts might go down. They do get wiped. KT in the bottom is just unloading. Su-85 out now. Something with some consistent penetration, and Seeking's really bleeding now. He's only got a single conscript squad. The Allies are really they've just given up the right side of the map at this point. Just going to try and push the side with the closer fuel. That shock nearly got destroyed as well. Oh, T-34 with a disgusting hit on the Sturms. That could have been bad. Su-85. Is this gun going to rotate? Actually, it's going to try and barrage that Rocket and force it away. It's probably the biggest threat to the Su-85. IS-2 pushing in. The King Tiger is in trouble. Smoke coming in from VonAsten to cover the Rocket, but also his KT as it retreats. Oh, there's an abandoned Luke's over here. I didn't notice that. KT rotates down to try and help the other one. Yeah, they need artillery. They need something to break this up. Because if the Soviets they play together and they focus 2 VPs, they can probably, over time, win via attrition. Shock's going in to engage the Panda Fusiliers. That's going to be rough for them. Jove just realized they should get away, though. Shock's DPS is going to drop off. And there goes the Schwer. VonAsten in a bit of a situation now. Gonna have to rebuild that if he wants any more tier 4 armor. But obviously if he rebuilds that, he can't, he's not gonna have fuel to rebuild his King Tiger if it goes down. He's gonna have to make a decision. We might see him just get really aggressive at the KT and then build another one if he loses it, so he can kind of follow up with 2 King Tigers together rapidly. Maybe overwhelm the allies a little bit. Trying to prevent that Luke's from being taken back. This SU opening up. T70 kind of just being used to help defend the AT gun. SU-85 shot goes in. Man, that SU-85 has some range. Oh, and every shot is penetrating. Why? Said the great Helping Hans. Oh, the King Tiger seems to not bounce anything, because I think the IS-2's armor is very similar, if not even better, to some extent. I could be wrong, but from what I recall. Oh man, these Zis guns are penning every shot as well. KT's in trouble now. It's got to back out. IS-2 goes in, penetrates. Main gun down. It's an unlucky crit for Jove. Oh, IS-2 misses, though. IS-2 chokes the kill shot. KT's going to sneak out. And yeah, we do have a Stuka for VonAsten. That was probably something he did need to get. Axis are still, I mean, Seeking's just in such rough shape. IS-2 is really his most valuable asset right now. Well, the runner does still have double shocks. And they're going to be real nasty if they can get in close. I mean, Jove doesn't really have anything to stop them other than the Obers. Okay, I don't know why I even said that, but comes this down. We're going to see the shocks throw smoke and just recapture mid and fall back. Oh yeah, the ISG shell would have fucking shit on their teeth. Engineers. So yeah, kind of seeing the strat. Surprised we haven't seen any harassment of this Muni on the right here from Jove at all. He's kind of just let the allies kind of sit on it. Yeah, it looks like just mid and left now. Soviets are going to try and play this sort of attrition style. I mean, they are only down to 90 VPs, so they do kind of have to play a bit more conservative. I don't think they can overextend. Whoa, what happened there? There's an entire squad of cons dead. Was there like a booby trap or something? Wonder if the Obers laid a booby. I don't know. They dropped a booby on the point. Might have. Is this going in? We got the RD being called in from the tank commander. It's going to at least force a displacement of one of the Zis guns. Though it needs some infantry to move forward to help defend them. KT's pushing forward, trying to bleed everything on its way in. Shocks take a good hit. Ooh, shock grenade goes in. Jove wasn't able to get the decap on mid. Conscript's fighting Vet 5 Volks over here, and Flame Nade's gonna swing that fight, I think. That's crazy. Vet 3 Cons with 7-man actually beating Vet 5 Volks. Shows how good 7-man is, dude. It's insane. Oh my gosh. These Zis guns, dude. I mean, this one is Vet 3 to be fair, but they don't seem to bounce that much on these KTs. And I remember the days when the King Tiger could, like, fight 6 or 7 Zis guns at once. It felt like there's infamous clip of a a KT out-dueling, like, a set of Zis guns. Oh my god, and Runner has a fucking Luke's now. Nice. And the thing is, like, he actually technically does have the pop cap. He can get the IS-2. Whoa, what did he just build? What did he just spend a bunch of fuel on? He just spent fuel on something, I don't know what. Oh no, I'm looking at Seeking, I'm a moron. Is this getting barraged? And the problem is, it's like one Stuka almost isn't enough, there's just so much meat. If they kill one Zisgun, another one pops up. Yeah, there's a carcass of a Zisgun there. Just trying to vet these KTs up. Nade goes in, nicely dodged by VonAsten. Yeah, triple vet cloaked Zis. Penning every shot. Oh, he does need to turn the cloak off, otherwise... Actually, no, they're fine, they're fine. Okay, they uncloaked, so they will move at normal speed. Yeah, King Tiger really isn't worth going for, unless you have heat rounds. Then you can actually nuke down other heavies. With heat rounds, it's actually very good against the IS-2, but... generally, we only see that, I'd say, in bigger team games. Elite Armored's a little... I mean, I don't know. I think Elite Armored is viable in 2v2. But I don't think it's optimal, necessarily. So, we got double IS-2 out now. Asten's in a position now where he could... realistically, get another King Tiger here if he loses his. And Jove, I mean, he could instantly call another one in, or he could go for a standard Tiger. I mean, he's got the resources to do that if he needs it. A lot of armor, though, from Runner. He's got a Luke's, a T-70, a T-34, and an SU, and the IS-2. Poor engineers are going to be working overtime. My goodness, shot bounces. He's even in spearhead mode, so he will have more sight range. And it can track more quickly. IS-2's both engaging, though. We got the Ju-87s coming in to try and help the King Tiger out. This game's starting to ramp up, though. I can tell it's going to get batshit crazy here soon. We're going to see some big armored engagements. And yeah, VonAsten's just going to go for a second Stuka. Although in this position, he may not... I don't know. Might be a better play trying to go for some armor. He's going to be up against a wall, essentially, of vehicles. Panther would be pretty good against that. He's going to go double Stuka. I mean, he does, worst case scenario, he does have Ju-87s if he can save up for him again, but we'll see. I mean, there's actually only one Zis gun left, I think. There's one Zis left, so the Stuka, although it hasn't necessarily killed them, I think the mixture, the Stuka and also the tank commander on the KT, I mean, it's at least managed to push the Zis guns and decrew them and knock them out. So I don't know if the second Stuka is really necessary. I mean, VonAsten does have the fuel, I suppose, to get a Stuka and then drop a Schwer again. But, I mean, that fuel could go towards something else. Stukas are also a lot of pop cap. What, 12? Yeah, it's basically a medium tank's worth. Shells go in, forcing the engineers to displace. Faust is going to go in on the IS-2. It's going to damage its engine. Su-85 pulling back to support. Although the other IS-2 is going to come in and these Fallschirmjäger are going to get fucking cratered. Oh my lord. Double IS-2 shot, rest in pepperonis. Man, it's crazy, like... It's like they basically just cranked all the heavy tanks up to King Tiger AoE. And then it makes the King Tiger not actually seem that good because it costs more. And you have to actually, like, tech to get it. You have to tech all tiers, rather. Good Stuka hit, though. Kills 5 MG members and a couple engineers. And yeah, as you can see, the Allies are just trying to dig in on these VPs. I think they kind of figured the only way they win this game is if they can hold mid and left for a long time. And they're going to have to hold it for quite some time. Yeah, VonAsten going to drop his Schwer now. Issue is, now that he's gone double Stuka, he can't really... I think the only thing... I mean, he could fit, I guess, a Panzer IV in his pop cap. Yeah, I guess he could fit a P4 in, but other than that, I don't... Because he has 2 Stukas, he's not going to be able to afford to go for really anything heavier, and... I mean, both Soviet players do have Su-85s at this point to kind of negate the Axis mediums. Sturm Pioneers, Heroes of Deutschland. Oh, these shocks. They're going to huck a grenade at the MG. I knew it. Oh, yeah, he could have... He probably... What is the MG doing? It's derping out there. I think it'll still get away, but... Ketten with lots of vet opening up on the IS-2. IS-2 going to be forced to fall back. Su-85 cranking it up. Seeking is just, I mean, he hasn't been able to hold anything on the right side outside of the Muni. He's kind of just been harassing the VP and kind of letting Jove have the rest of this territory. Jeez, this Jove has so many obers. He's floating so much. Basically can instantly replace his losses if it gets to that. VonAsten's the one who's, I think, in more trouble. Oh, nice. Jesus. I think that was a conscript that just got shredded in the middle. Both guys are down to 1 squad. Ju-87 going in. KT getting picked at, though, by the Su-85. It's a little far forward. It is taking flak fire. Oh man, it is overextended. Here comes the P4 to clean house, and there it goes. Seeking gonna just instantly, or not Seeking, but Runner's just gonna replace it. Katusha going in is gonna force a retreat on the middle VP. They're kind of somehow managing to hold this off. Just the IS-2 is a little bit more mobile than the King Tiger. Kind of able to swing fights wherever it goes. Ketten's is Vet 5 though, so that thing's going to be kind of scary. Yeah, but Ju-87's watching over. I don't think he has any LOS though. Doesn't look like it. They're not strafing anything. I think even in this case, they would probably go out of the targeting circle and strafe this. I mean, I feel like the barrage would start here, and then it would just drop... It'd shoot in a line, take up the Vet 3 T-70, but I mean that kind of just shows, I mean this T-70 is still alive at 43 minutes. Thing's been basically being used as a spotter for the Su-85, but King Tiger is going to go in and engage in the middle against the IS-2. I mean, on the bright side, the KTs over time are going to outscale the IS-2 with Vet. It's going to take a long time for it to get to that point, but I mean, VonAsten's KT is Vet 3. Jove's is almost Vet 3, so... Oh, man, that Sturm Pioneer just about got destroyed by that shell that exploded on the KT's frontal armor. Su-85. Just kind of kiting right now. I'm putting fire down on the KT. Had a bit of an Axis infantry horde coming in to deal with these shocks. But we do have a Zis and a Maxim as well. So we got fighting there. VonAsten's pulling out of mid. They get a decap on the VP to slow it. Stuka goes in, does some damage to vehicles. Like maybe kills a couple models. Ugh, that could have been bad. The rockets like went right through the engineers there. It was like they were slightly split and the rocket landed in between. Got pretty lucky, to be honest, for Runner. Could have lost like 2 or 3 engineer squads on that barrage. That's why I'd say I still prefer the Katyusha, just a little more consistent. Yeah, as you can see, VonAsten can't really do much right now. I mean, I suppose he could throw. He could throw his Kubel away. That would open up what, 3 pop cap? Yeah, that would put him at 84. Still wouldn't be able to get a Panther, but could at least get, I don't know, a JP4. That would be. I think that would be good. Be something to kind of deal with the Su-85s. Yeah, VonAsten throws his Kubel wagon away. I kind of waiting for him to do that. I mean, he couldn't. Oh, man, and then that was not intentional. Volk just gets nuked. Well, he can get a Panther now. That was brutal. These IS-2s are just mulching infantry in the center of the map. Seeking's is Vet 3. Jove's almost Vet 3, and Vet 4 for VonAsten's. Ketten is Vet 3 as well, opening up on the Su-85s. Could get the kill there. Does get a kill on one of them. Seeking does have almost enough to replace it, but it's a bit of a blow. Basically any resources he had in reserve. Airborne Assault coming in as well to try and break some of these vehicles up. Just have to be careful with this, especially the more fragile vehicles. Although the Luke's just goes down. King Tiger shatters it. And the Axis are making some plays here. They're moving up slowly but surely. Ensign barrage going in. I think we're going to see probably a decap mid and then a retreat. He's probably just going to say, stand in there, boys, and take the damage. Man up. As he steps on hot coals. KT moving in to try and make a move. Vet 3 Su-85 is going to be pretty scary, though. It's going to pretty much pen every shot, I feel like. I think its pen's high enough to do that. So this King Tiger has got to be careful. Took a little splash from the last Ju-87 pass. To be careful. He can't really afford another IS-2 if he loses this one. Got to keep it upright. IS-2 shoots and hits the ground, I think. It's so funny that King Tiger fucking bounces on the IS-2. Like, and actually, oh my goodness, both guns are bouncing. We got a bounce-a-thon going on here. Bounce from the King Tiger. Shock goes in. Ooh. Okay, oh, Panzer IV does go down. Shocks are in deep trouble, though. I think Jove could get a wipe on that triple vet squad. He does. Nice. Good pickup there. So at least he does kill them and change. And, I mean, at this point, the Panzer IV was kind of worthless. Panther on the way for Jove. Although he could go JP4. I mean, his teammate has a Panther. I think a JP4 would be good against the medium armor. Be able to clean on. It would be also good at dueling the Su-85s, which I think are the bigger problem right now. I think the King Tigers will just casually. I think they'll outscale the IS-2s over time. The issue is these Su-85s are. I mean, these Rakettans. There's 2 of them, but they can't be everywhere at once. And there's 3 Su-85s. Oh man, the King Tiger goes down. Su-85s are able to pen every shot. Took it down. Panther's in dire straits now as well. Every shot's penetrating from the front. Panther not bouncing anything. Luckily, it has just enough to get out of there. I mean, this just shows how scary these things are when they get vetted. I mean, they just have such great penetration, especially for their cost. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, they're only 350, 130. They're basically cheaper than a Panzer IV. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, 2 of them is about the cost. I mean, the King Tiger is more expensive than, I think, 2 Su-85s cost-wise. King Tiger's what, like 270 and then 720 manpower? Su-85s are more pop cap, but a pair of them pretty much completely annihilates the, and the Tiger's just been completely shut down. Jove's probably wishing he could hand the Tiger calling over to his teammate. Stukas are going to open up, but I mean, the thing is this... Oh, a good hit there. Takes out an engineer, almost 2 of them. Nearly 300 manpower there lost in 1 shot. It actually matters because the Allies are bleeding a bit, manpower-wise. Shell bounces. Man, the IS-2's armor is so good. So fucking strong. Holy shit. IS-2 just soaking everything. VonAsten's not in a terrible position. I mean, see, the thing for Jove, the issue now is he can't reinforce his infantry because he did go Panther. If he at least went JP4, he would have some space to reinforce his Obers and get them back out. He has plenty of manpower. That's definitely not the problem right now. It's more of a pop cap issue. Panther taking heat, though, from the Zis. It is Vet 3. Does miss that shot. Panther does pen the frontal armor of the IS-2. Katyusha's coming in, though. There's only one Katyusha to deal with all these Raketans. I think there's, what, 3 of them? Is getting decent hits off, though, killing some models. Fusiliers going to be forced to retreat. Man, these Su-85s are just raking mid. IS-2s are just focusing infantry. Stuka going in. Oh, killing more engineers. Nearly 2 squads dead again. These Stukas are just... I mean, the issue is the manpower. I mean, he's only getting 154 a minute. He's not even getting an engineer squad's worth of MP, so when he's losing one on every barrage, I mean, these Stukas are firing every minute. They're essentially bleeding them dry, but the Su-85s are just getting crazy amounts of Vet. There's 2 Vet 3 ones and a Vet 2. And these Panthers, they have so much range. Can't get in range to deal with them. They're just getting simply pushed off. Every shot is hitting and penetrating. These tanks just aren't durable enough to deal with it. They can't get in range to be able to, you know, put shots on because they're just dead already. Simply can't deal with them. This mass of tank destroyers. In the infantry game, I mean, there's still 3 squads of shocks. They are going to be very, very instrumental, I think, in this. Snare does go in there on the Su-85. That's going to draw that away, at least for a minute. But yeah, on the bright side, I mean, we got the right side locked down. I'm not playing on the team, but Soviets have the right side and the mid. So, kind of decided to, I guess, move out of the left side now. I mean, they've got better map presence at this point. So they've decided to go to the closer VP. They've kind of opted to just fight over the middle. Fresh King Tiger from VonAsten. Does need something to tank for the Panther, I suppose. So we got the M5 here to shoot down Ju-87s. That's a good call from Runner. But the other thing is it's also able to suppress infantry and help, you know, prevent snares going in. Oh my goodness, that IS-2 just almost one-shotted that Panzer Fusilier. Gonna barely get away, thank God. That's a Vet 5 squad. Don't want to lose them. Another nasty shot comes in from the other one. Jove's King Tiger is Vet 4. Main gun goes down. Both IS-2s are Vet 2 and Vet 3, and that's going to be a dead KT, I think. Oh my God, everything is bent, all bounce, but we had a double bounce from the Panther and the King Tiger on the IS-2. Oh, a big shot does register, though, and that's going to force the IS-2 back. It's reeling. Smoke coming in to try and clean this up. These Vet 3 shocks that were going to be lethal. Obers are Vet 4, though, almost Veteran C5. I think, what did they get at Vet 5? Just move quickly. Okay, so Vet 4 is suppressive fire. is actually free. It is an ability, but it is free. So, oh, here comes the Katusha. Yikes. Obers. Oh, man. He got unlucky there. He might have lost that squad to a rocket. Volks nearly go down. That was very, very close. More smoke going in. Plane that tried to drop smoke gets nuked by the AA. Another smoke goes in from the Obers, but they get completely annihilated, basically losing all their health in one hit. The Vet 3 IS-2. Another Stuka barrage. You can see these Stukas just aren't useful other than killing engineers. I mean, there just isn't support weapons for them to reel. I mean, VonAsten, he just doesn't need two of them, to be honest. I mean, one would probably do the job. And they don't actually technically have a commander to spot. Neither of them are playing Spec Ops, so they don't have the artillery flares. Plane goes down again. I swear Jove's just calling that in to try and get the plane to crash on the engineers. That would be a big swing if it crashed on the engineers and killed them. That would be a lot of manpower down the pipe. Yeah, you can just see this fucking IS-2, man. King Tiger is about to be a monster. I think its Vet 5 rate of fire is going to be absolutely absurd. Doesn't really get much at Vet 4, though, unfortunately. Just better mobility, but it doesn't get a combat boost. Does it get a combat bonus at Vet 3? No, it gets combat blitz. It doesn't get blitz till Vet 3? Jesus, that's kind of harsh. And I guess it gets spearhead at Vet 1. Now, King Tiger's a weird tank. It takes forever to vet. I mean, this King Tiger has been alive for about 35 minutes. And, actually, not 35. It's been alive for about a half an hour, and it's still not Vet 5 yet. It's got 50 kills, too. It's not like it hasn't killed anything. It's not like it's just been doing damage. These Stuka rockets just keep coming in, and they're just simply not doing much. I mean, the middle VP is a crater at this point. It's decapped, but... Panther King Tiger combos. I just don't think there's enough, like... The issue is, both these guys have an Su-85. I'm just not sure if there's enough. I mean, the issue is these Raketans are going to get cleared. There is still Zisgun available as well. It's Vet 3. It's cloaked on the right, just defending it. Vet 5 finally for the KT, but it eats 3 Su-85 shots in the process of getting the Vet. IS-2 just going to force the infantry off. Panther going to fall back. No support. This is cloaked there too. Yeah, it's like these Stukas are like only doing... Well, this Stuka's got 5 kills. It's Vet 2 because it's been like... Oh my lord! Fusilier annihilated by the Caddy. Jove loses a Vet 5 Fusey. It's not good against these shocks. He does need that squad. Jeepers. Stuka comes in, gets a good hit. Still doesn't kill the damn T-70. Main gun crit. Seems like the allies I'm getting main gun... Or not allies. Axis I'm getting main gun crits constantly in this game. Just an observation. I mean, the Vet 4 Stuka's done really well. 41 kills. But the Vet 3 Stuka, I mean... It got a good hit there. 15. It spiked. Probably, I think it got like 9 or 10 kills in that last barrage, which was better than it had done the rest of the time. But, I mean, VonAsten's pop cap, 24 of it is dedicated to literally rocket artillery. And he's down to basically 1 Fallschirmjäger. I mean, to be fair, his opponent basically... I mean, Seeking doesn't have much left. He's got a Maxim and he's got a conscript. I mean, Jove still does have 3... squads of Obers, but he lost his Fusilier, which was going to be the best squad to deal with these conscripts. JP4 about to come in from Jove, and I like this decision, although he doesn't have the pop cap for it right now. And this ISG is kind of worthless, to be honest. He's got the 2 Stukas, and the Katyusha's just going to sit and dump on it. Su-85 does go down to the Stuka, though. It was low enough. IS-2 trying to tank damage. Vet 5, KT dueling with it. Panther trying to push in. Both Vet 3 Su-85s doing tons of damage. The problem is he might kill one Su-85, but he's going to lose his Panther, and that's not a good trade. It's just not a good trade in that situation. Does get one IS-2, though. That's a big pickup. We got instant artillery coming in to try and force the MG off. Actually, the MG might get cleared. Shock should be able to kill it here. MG ain't going to even be able to shoot before it gets decrewed. There that goes. Oh, and Su-85 gets another Panther kill. Panther goes down. Big push, though. Shocks do get wiped. King Tiger firing through the house. Su-85 is in trouble. Needs the other Su-85 to come up and support. Oh, and the King Tiger needs to get out of there. That might get wiped. Another main gun crit. How many times is that going to happen? Oh, bounce. That's a bit unlucky there. Oh, IS-2 does get the kill, but it might end up trading its life for it. Yeah, it does. Vet 3 IS-2 falls. And armor has been just scraped clean at this point. Low VonAsten is the only one who really can't afford heavy right now. Jove is just going to go for another KT. I'm a little surprised we're not going to see a Tiger in this situation. I think a Tiger would be more deadly in this position. A bit more mobile, could get on top of the last Su-85s. But Jove's going to go King Tiger memes. I mean, I think the King Tiger is viable with this commander, but I don't think it's better than the Tiger. I really don't. Tiger is just more cost efficient for what it is. Katyusha doing tons of damage. Just trying to wait until the barrage is over. Problem is you got these VPs being harassed, and these falls need to get in the cap circle. Oh, VonAsten's he nearly made a big mistake there. Smoke grenade gets dropped. Oh, he stepped out. Big mistake from VonAsten there. He needed to stay in the circle. He was afraid of a grenade toss, but that was a big error. Big error. Oh, but these Obers are stacking up on the VP. They throw a bundle grenade. The Shocks get fucking lit. Holy shit. Bundle plus Stuka rockets completely annihilates it. The Axis are going to lose some VPs here, though. VonAsten stepping off the VP is going to hurt his team a little bit, but now the Allies are going to be the ones that have to push back. Seeking's problem is he built this T-34, so he still has to wait for the IS-2 to come out here. They really need it right now with this King Tiger in mid. I mean, the other IS-2 is here, but the issue is VonAsten's about to have another King Tiger, and they need an IS-2 to match that. Katyusha rockets flinging in. Engineers just desperately charging forward. Katyusha rockets landing on the retreat path, although the Obers will get out of the arc of the Katyusha before it shreds them. Desperately, units pushing. We've got an LMG here. These Obers trying to hold the line. IS-2 just about finished off the King Tiger, but it's not going to be able to chase with the damaged engine. Middle VP should get decapped, so he's going to be okay. But VPs are about even now. Sturm Pioneer's trying to make something dramatic happen. VonAsten making a big mistake. He's going to lose the Sturms to the IS-2. Oh my goodness, they're going to barely get away there. That could have been bad. VonAsten does not have the manpower to replace that. Oh, Stuka comes in, kills the engineer on the VP with the LMG, and the Su-85 goes down to the JP-4. Oh, this is starting to get crazy now. Middle VP gets capped again. The Axis are going to have to push back into the circle. Smoke getting dropped. Starting to get spicy. King Tigers, though, are coming in. Problem is there's no Su-85s left. There's no Su-85s left on the field. There's nothing to deal with this JP-4, which is honestly going to be the problem. There's more mobile units that can get around the back of the Raketin aren't going to be able to. Oh, man, this is just a slog. The Allies throwing everything they have into the center to try and stall the VP. IS-2 about to go down, though. IS-2's done. T-34 is done. All this pin and suppression shit. Oh, my goodness. Stuka Barrage coming in. Grenade goes in. They're not going to get it. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Katyusha's coming in, though, to try and clean the infantry off the point. Engineers charging at IS-2, trying to make its last stand. He's just trying to kill the infantry on the damn point. That's really what it takes. Oh, more caddy rockets being flung in. IS-2 is in trouble trying to attack ground. Maxim getting shredded. Stuka comes in, kills somebody else. Combat Engineers trying to cap the middle VP. Everyone's dead. IS-2 is dead. Engineers are dead. Engineers trying to run away. Well, I don't even think they're going to get away. King Tiger misses. Oh, maybe the Allies should have tried to sneak over this VP. They may have had a chance at winning this game if they sent something to the left side. I don't think the Axis were watching that. I think they send them left, they win. Instead, Jove and VonAsten looks like they're going to hold the line. They're going to retake mid. I don't think they're even going to risk overextending at this point. They can't afford to lose, so. These Stukas, okay, they did come in clutch in the end. In the end, they did. Oof. M15 cleaning house. Should be able to get a decap here, though, on the left. And VonAsten, I mean, he said what a funny ending, but this game ain't over yet. These Shocks are taking this point. M15 just gonna slow the King Tiger down. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's Stuka barrage. Oh, man. He's trying. These Obers need to get to the point. What is he doing? Oh, my God. They're lucky the smoke cleared the engineer. No! Almost got it. They could have lost right there. Those Obers were almost too late to the party from Jove. He nearly didn't get to the circle. If the King Tigers, if somehow they didn't kill the engineer and it capped the point, they would have lost. Actually, they wouldn't have, because the VonAsten just decapped the right, so VonAsten would have saved the game, actually, but that was crazy. GG, well played. Crazy game. Lots of heavy armor. Honestly, King Tiger probably shouldn't cost as much as it does, but whatever. GG's, well played. Good game, everybody. Alright, adios. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, bye-bye.